on the sheet that I gave you, take some notes. Write down next to the slide right here, scope. Write down 10 minutes. It should take you 10 minutes to scope out the material. All right, a scope. And what you're going to do during that 10 minutes is you're going to look over the reading assignment strategically. Okay? Now, I have a reading assignment. Right here. Okay? I have a reading. Now, I couldn't bring in 10 big biology textbooks. So what I did was I copied, you're welcome, I copied a section from a very popular high school textbook, Miller Levine, published by Prentice Hall, very reputable textbook. And it's used at about 40%. When I was teaching a few years ago, I was teaching out of this textbook, and it's a very popular textbook. And it was used at about 40% of high schools in the country, from what I understand, okay? So let's, while we go through the steps of SQ4R, let's have the reading assignment in front of us, that so we can start looking through this a little bit, get the feel for this. And then when I go through the steps, then I'm going to show you how to use SQ4R to prepare for a high-stakes test on this information and get the highest mark on the test. I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to use SQ4R. But let me show you SQ4R first, okay? Brian, you look a little quizzical. You follow me?
I follow you.
You follow me? All right. You all set? Anybody have any questions? All right. Now, you're going to look over the information assignment strategically. All right? Now, we're going to do this, so I don't spend too much time right now. Let me just tell you what we're going to look this over. Now, the assignment goes from pages 35 over to page 39. It's 5 pages. And what I show you what to do with this 5 pages, you do the same thing if it was 25 pages. But I'm going to show you on a small section. The steps are the same, no matter how long the assignment is. But of course, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take a look at the assignment strategically. Look over the reading assignment strategically. You want to see, how much verbiage is there. It has the key concepts in the upper right-hand corner. I'm going to read, before I even start taking notes on this, before I even start studying, okay, I want to see what are the key the key concepts. What 3 subatomic particles make up the atom? I got to be looking for that. That's a key concept. How are all the isotopes of the elements similar? That's a key concept. I got to look for that. What are the 2 main types of chemical bonds? I got to be looking for that. See, I already know what I'm looking for before I even start reading this. And chances are the teacher's going to test me on that. Okay? You've got to be able to anticipate what the teacher is going to ask you on the test. So I know that those are key concepts. So as I read through this and I take notes, I got to make sure I nail that. And then I have all these key words. You see key words? I've got to be looking for atom, nucleus, electron, element, isotope, compounds, ionic bonds, ions, covalent bonds, molecules, van der Waals forces. Okay, those are all key terms. So, again, I'm looking strategically at this assignment. Another thing I'm going to do? So now this is telling me what I'm going to be looking for as I go through here. Okay, and then I go to the end. If I go to the end of the assignment, and it says I have a section assessment at the end, take a look on page 39. Question 1, describe the structure of the atom. I better know how to do that. So, as I read through this and I start taking notes, I already know what I'm looking for. Key concept. Why do all the isotopes of an element have the same chemical properties? I got to be able to answer that question. So I'm looking for that as I go through. So on and so forth. So I'm looking at all my upfront performance objectives. I'm looking at all of my key words. And another thing that I'm looking at, this is key, right here. I'm looking at the way the author and the publisher chops up the information and delivers it to us. Now, every single book I've ever seen, textbook, uses what's called the author's convention, or you could call it the publisher's convention. Oftentimes the author and the publisher work together to structure the material, okay? Now, so here's what you gotta do now. So after we identify the upfront and the post objectives, we look at the key words, we know what we're looking for. Now I wanna look and see, how is the author using font, size, color, and style to break up the information, okay? What kind of font, style, and color is the author using to introduce the section? What color? What color? Red. Large red. That introduces the section. What font, style, and color is the author using to introduce a major topic?
Blue.
Blue. Okay. Let's look on to the next page. Take a look. How many major topics do you have in the assignment? I got 5-page assignment. The author is identifying major topics by large blue. I got one on page 3, I got atoms. I got, on the next page, I got elements and isotopes. I got chemical compounds. I got chemical bonds. And that's it. So I got, looks like what, 4 major topics in this assignment. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4 major topics in the assignment. Okay? How is the author identifying subtopics within the major topics? What color and size font, Brian?
It's like green.
Green, yeah. Yeah, if you had your textbooks in front of you, the colors would be richer. This is a copy, but you can see it, right? Okay, so you have green. Green font identifies subtopics, right? So from that, we should be able to figure out what our outline is going to look like even before we start taking notes. You follow me? I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, what else? So as we scope out the assignment, we identify the upfront objectives and keywords. We're going to read all the major topics and subtopics. Okay, we're going to notice how font size and color is used with the headings. We're going to analyze pictures, diagrams, and charts and visuals. We're going to read the summaries at the beginning and at the end of the assignment. We're going to develop a visual picture of our outline of our notes by using the publisher's convention. We're going to see what our outline looks like even before we start taking notes. Okay? We're going to anticipate what the teacher is going to test us on. And we're going to try to estimate the scope of the assignment. Okay? So, you know, you take a look at this here. You take a look and you say, okay, there's only about maybe 10 or 11 key words. I got 3 major concepts, it's 5 pages. I've got some diagrams I got to make sure I understand. And I got a few more over here. And then I'm going to wrap it up over here. I figure this is probably about 2 hours work. In order for me to separate what's important from what's not, in order for me to take notes and format it so that I can see it and I can understand it and I can remember it at test time, I probably got about 2 hours work here. I'm scoping it out. You follow me on this? I'm going to show you how to do that in just a minute. Okay, now let's go on. Does anybody have any questions on scoping out the assignment?